Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's trade, roguishly. Virtue of Contempt. Each time the wearer inflicts burning from flamers, that burning level is doubled. Ulfar's not going to use flamers, so that is useless to me. Fireproof. Grants immunity to fire damage and bleeding. Reduces agility by 10 and movement points by 2 until the end of combat. Crusade Plate Helmet. The wearer's heavy weapon attacks gain plus 50% additional damage but never critically hit. That might come in useful if I ever find a heavy weapon for Ulfar to use. Triumph of Faith. This sword ignores deflection, as all power weapons should. And this one has flavor text. A weapon that once belonged to the Pure Voice Prophet was eventually presented to the rogue trader of House von Valancius. I wish flavor text would pop up when you hovered over the item like this, because I may have missed some. I haven't checked every piece of equipment that we've found. Anyway, Blade Wings. The wearer can spend all their MP to move to any cell within movement range. This movement does not trigger attacks of opportunity. At the end of movement, the wearer automatically performs a melee area attack with their primary weapon against all adjacent enemies. Okay. I see its use. I wonder how that works with versatility. If it's just one stack. Or if it provides a stack at all. Commander's Chrono. The wearer always has the highest initiative in combat. Boots of Kasserkin. When in cover, the wearer has 100% cover efficiency against area attacks, but never dodges them. Also, they suffer 50% less damage from area attacks. Whenever the wearer uses a grenade, and it hits at least 3 enemies at once for the first time in combat, this action does not spend AP. Judex. Targets hit by this flamer's attack suffer an agonizing flame's negative effect in addition to burning. Agonizing Flames. Targets suffering from this effect must perform a willpower resistance test with a -10 penalty at the start of their turn. If the target fails, they run to a random ally and inflict burning on them equal to the power of burning the target is currently suffering. The target also inflicts agonizing flames on this ally. That seems very good. Hadean Castellan Carapace. Requires Dogmatic Zealot. The wearer cannot fail any willpower or toughness test while in combat. A base armor property, 15% armor if the wearer's toughness is more than 70. And that's where we stop. Yeah, I missed this power armor had the Reject the Flesh requirement. The only Pascal can equip that. And this one is obviously designed for Argenta regardless, just by the design. I didn't look at this one close enough. I just saw the red shoulders and assumed it was for Heinrich's, but yeah, it's definitely a Mechanicus set of armor. Alright, a lot of stuff to go through here. And we're only limited by our profit factor. Neurostimulant. The user gains plus 20 to intelligence and willpower for 2 rounds. After that, the user suffers -20 to willpower until the end of combat. Solar Staff. We've seen this before, I think. But it grants 15 willpower. Alright, Forge World Origins Skitarii Ranger Armor. It's a base armor property, Tech use divided by 10% armor. World property minus 2 AP to reload cost, minimum of 1. Have any other requirements? Yeah, reject the flesh, so that'd be for Haskell as well. Commander's Visor. An ally under the effect of the wearer's break their ranks ability gain a +1 bonus to deflection for each enemy adjacent to this ally. Resonance Grenade. Deals direct damage. Ancient Plasma Rifle. Oh. Deals an additional 2 times intelligence bonus damage. That might be an upgrade. Holy Power Armor. When the wearer suffers damage more than or equal to wearer's total wounds divided by 4, this armor unleashes a blast of energy, dealing from 20 to 25 power damage, with armor penetration of 10% to any target in melee range. And base armor property plus 25 strength. And here's an Astartes Flamer. Does it do anything special? No. Not gonna read that. Vivisector's Visor. The wearer's single attacks on an opening deal an additional % damage. The wearer's Deadeye shot on an opening deals an additional % damage. Omnisci's Providence. The target this axis attack is suffering from the effect of Exposed Weakness. All energy damage dealt to the target is increased by a percentage until the end of combat. The target of the attack is not suffering from both Exploit and Exposed Weakness. Both of these effects are inflicted on the target after the attack. So I think Pascal can get an ability where a melee attack applies... No, it's not Exposed Weakness. It's that other ability. Either way, custom made for Pascal. Elder Flow. The wearer's first attack during the first round of combat costs 0 AP. Whenever the wearer attacks an enemy and triggers an exploit with this attack, the triggered effect is calculated as if this enemy had a +1 additional exploit. Alright, Mars Pattern Thunderhammer. Attacks with this hammer always critically hit against stun and prone targets. Your critical damage is increased by 80%. Well, that's it until we get more profit factor. I'm going to keep Triumph of Faith, which is the same name as this Power Sword. Because it has that stun effect, and my main character is not really there to do damage. And same with the Bonebreaker Maul. It does less damage, but it has a chance to knock them prone. And apply a random trauma. Argenta is going to get Judex, though. That is a significant upgrade. Pascal gets his new axe. Looks pretty cool. Oh, and he gets a new plasma rifle, I think. So I'm not actually sure which one is better. Yes, I do. The Ancient Plasma Rifle is better. I think. The attacks do an additional intelligence times 2 bonus, so that's an extra 16 damage. But the overcharged plasma gun does its ballistic skill % times 5. So this should do more damage. There's a drawback to this weapon, though. This plasma explosion deals 2 times more damage, and it's 15% more likely to happen. Tough call. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to equip that. Alright, Ulfar. This is an upgrade. And some helmet is better than no helmet. How many assassins in my party? This might be worth it. Let's go ahead and... Actually, what does he have? 10 strength. I think we just stack critical hit damage. Now, Blade Wings is interesting. I don't know that... I wonder how that works with this. I'm thinking Enforcer Light Boots. I'm not sure if the Bruiser Boots works the way I want it to. I haven't actually tried it. I think the Bruiser Boots are better. Even if it's just for the temporary wounds, because he gets strength based off his temporary wounds at the beginning of his turn. Now, the Arsonist Bracers are more tempting because he has that agonizing flames effect. I'm going to re-equip that. Logic, Coercion, and Persuasion. I keep forgetting to use Combat Locus. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of these yet. Alright. Enough goofing around. Alright, so we have stuff in Langren's belt. Santiel's Pride. Thought we had a picture for that one. Maybe I'm too far away to see it. Like sometimes pictures show up and sometimes they don't, so. We took care of Forewarning, I think. That was the one with the Lightseeker. In this one, we didn't see anything in Armor 4. So Soto's Tomb, Cradle of Kepri, and the Cinerus Maleficum. Or Maleficum, however you want to say it. I think Maleficum sounds more daunting. So you can return in Armor 4. There's supposed to be something there, according to that rumor. We also have something over this way. Let's hop here, go here because it's safe. Then we'll check out these 3 systems. Finally some combat. It's been a couple episodes. And test out some of our new equipment.
I always keep my options open.
So this is the encounter I was thinking about.
Vengeance will be swift.
With the... oh, what's it called? Blade Wings. They're all clustered together so nicely. And then if you get that paired with the Commander's Chrono, you charge in and get a huge area attack right off the bat. But it's also before you get all your buffs out.
Your heresy ends here.
Rejoice! Slaughter awaits!
On it.
It will be done.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
At your beck and call. My place is at the fore.
I can do that, with the right incentive.
It's gonna drop this right here. We're gonna set up Argenta for success.
Don't get too cocky. I'd like to, but I can't.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act.
There we go.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
That's our range here. I'd like to hit that 6th guy, but beggars can't be choosers, right? Well, Heinrichs, you got your work cut out for you.
They'll write legends about me.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! And purified! I'll do it.
Oh, misclicked. That's a warning shot.
Eradicated. I will not. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Alright, so I'm going to get back to this other guy. Heck, Jai almost took him out.
For the throne's glory.
Get me a target.
Well, Hodrick's got one at least. Alright, we'll double check here. Make sure we're thorough and explore all three systems. So this Hulk is still here. We can't do anything with it. Yeah, we've seen that before. Okay. Alright, let's check this rumor one more time. Oh, we've got pictures now. Alright, let's take a look. So this one's in Nola Septum over there next to Kiava Gamma. Emperor's Palm. I should probably write these down. So I think that one's tied to this other event on the Amber World. We failed to check because we didn't have enough holy relics in the hold over here. Where does this take me? All the way down there. I think I need to do that. I think I'm gonna head to Nola Septum next. Best way to get there It looks like we traveled there from Trinidos. Yeah. We should get Navigator's Insight for this. In fact, it just jumped up to 4. So we create a whole new path. I think I'll get to Dargonis, and I think the best way to do it is actually to go to a colony, and then jump to each colony system, using Navigator's Insight to create paths. That's where you usually have to travel back to. We spent that one period of time. It's a little redundant. We spent a few episodes jumping between our colonies over and over again.
Let us not grovel before the true power of humanity.
So if you just use your Navigator's Insight to create paths between each colony, you'll save a lot of time. And the colonies are fairly spread out too, so you have pretty solid central areas to jump to.
It's as good as done.
The wolf is on the hunt.
I need a foothold. It will be done.
I can do that with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky. I can do that with the right incentive.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Rejoice in battle! Each stroke is a prayer. In thy light I stand.
How's that fire immunity
and thy
working
light
out for
I
you?
crave. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, I could get another attack off. That's okay.
Don't get too cocky.
I will endure.
What the heck was that?
Victory is reduced to dust.
It's nothing. Eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act.
I was over there. I thought he was back up this way. I even saw him earlier and forgot all about him.
Our foes reek of cowardice.
Julio.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, Heinrichs is starting to lag behind a little bit. His initiative is terrible. Sargento gets to go twice with between, Oh. Alright, we're gonna head over there anyway, so that works out. We go here. Well, actually, no, this is better. No, let's go here, because then we can create a new path to the Calva Gamma system. Also another colony event. But real quick, let's do this. Just so we have it. We'll take care of this combat, we'll wrap it up next time. Since we're right here, we'll go ahead and take care of the rumor right beside us in the adjacent system. And then we'll start doing these colony events.
Keep your wits about you.
I'm restless.
Corpse play.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. Good. Send Heinrichs over there. I think we're starting to give Argenta her turn first.
Am I getting paid for this?
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice. To make sure they don't even get a turn.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
We can move forward a little further if we need to. I'd like to stay in the combat tactics area. Go ahead and pop this. There's a way. Alright, can only hit 2 it looks like, so let's move forward just a smidge more.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I am.
That's not gonna pan out how I wanted it to. And that's okay.
I'll do it.
I'm not sure what these zones are. Are these burn zones?
As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Well, that's pretty good. Can't reach that guy, though.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
I do want to try a defensive stance with the AoE attack. Well, if they're both dead, they can't. They can't attack us. So
Rise
we
to
tried.
the top, or get left in the dust.
Pain cleanses the body.
It's pretty silly. So if Argenta doesn't clean up the fight on the first 2 turns, well, I guess 3. Count the main character's pseudo turn at the beginning. Then we still have Heinrichs to fall back on after the fact. I feel like combat going forward will very rarely take more than 1 round. Unless the enemies are just too spread out.
I always keep my options open.
And then if it does, we have agonizing flames on Argenta's weapon, so they'll just run around and panic each other and spread the burning effect. They might just die from that on their follow-up turn. No, we are playing or fighting against trash mobs right now. All these random encounters we've been running across since we got control of our ship. So it may change. Alright, real quick, let's go get rid of all of our junk. To the Drusians. Alright, Staff of the Righteous Pyre. We can give this to Heinrichs. It is a Sanctic Staff. So plus 20 willpower, plus 10 fellowship. And we've seen Emperor's Wrath before, so nothing new there. Just an increase in stats. And a different aesthetic. Much more Imperial looking, I think. With the Aquilo on there. One of my favorite aesthetics in the game, though, is, well, in the setting, is when Space Marines have a book strapped to their pauldron. You'll see it often like librarians in some chapters. Okay, I'm going to call it here, and next time we'll level up. We have rumors to still check out. We have some events on some colonies to investigate. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.